We've all been there, right? Staring at a dashboard packed with numbers, targets, and KPIs and just feeling lost. You want clarity, but instead you get chaos. So today, we're going to break down why that happens and how to fix it by focusing on the one thing we almost always forget: the people.
I mean, let's be honest, this is the real question, isn't it? You've got metrics for absolutely everything, but does your team actually get what they mean? Do you? If your key performance indicators feel more like a source of stress than a roadmap to success, trust me, you are not alone.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. It's such a classic management trap. Leadership hands down some goals and they get passed along the chain without any real why behind them. That one simple mistake creates this massive ripple effect of confusion that can totally paralyze a team. Does any of this sound familiar? That feeling when your metrics are completely disconnected from what your customers actually care about? Or the classic everything's a priority, which, means nothing is. And the endless cycle of reporting that pulls you away from actually leading your people. These aren't just little annoyances. They're all symptoms of a system that's fundamentally broken.
Because think about it, when people are measured on 20 different things, or on metrics that have zero to do with their day-to-day reality, they don't get motivated. They get saturated. They just feel overwhelmed, undervalued, and totally stressed out. And that, my friends, is the fast track to burnout. So what do companies usually do when the numbers start going sideways and people look exhausted? Well, the knee-jerk reaction is to try and fix the process. They make more complicated reports, add more meetings, and just double down on the numbers, thinking if they just tweak the system enough, the results will magically get better.
But this is a perfect example of garbage in, garbage out. It's so simple. If your team doesn't get the process or understand why a metric even matters, the data they give you is always going to be flawed. You can have the prettiest dashboard in the world, but if it's built on a foundation of confusion, the numbers are basically meaningless.
And this is the part that's so crucial to understand. The problem isn't just about bad data. It's that a tangled, unclear process is actively working against your team. It's a motivation killer. It makes it impossible for even your best people to win.
Okay, so this is where we pivot. This is the turning point. The real solution isn't some new spreadsheet or a fancy piece of software. It's recognizing a simple, powerful truth. You can design the most perfect process on paper, but it's completely worthless if your people don't get it, believe in it, and feel confident actually doing it.
And this idea captures it perfectly. You absolutely have to start with the process. Make it simple, solve problems at the root. That's your launchpad, your foundation. But the real liftoff, the lasting transformation, that only happens when you invest in your people and build their confidence to run with that process.
Now, what's really fascinating is how the effort breaks down here. Look at this. Half your energy, 50%, goes to getting that process right. But then, a massive 40% is all about people, coaching, explaining the why, building them up. The results, that transformation you're chasing, that's actually the smallest piece, only 10%, because it's the natural outcome of getting the first two right. This really shows the huge shift in thinking. Instead of just obsessing over data, we bring data and people together. Instead of pointing fingers when things go wrong, we look at the process first. And we stop creating confusion with crazy reports and start building the confidence our teams need to actually succeed.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how do you actually do it? How do you create that alignment between the process, the metrics, and your team?
Well, it really comes down to 4 pretty straightforward steps. First, you have to listen. And I mean really listen. Get in a room with the people doing the work. Then explain. Don't just throw metrics at them. Explain why they matter. That creates alignment, where everyone sees how their little piece of the puzzle fits. And finally, you empower them with coaching to build that unshakable confidence. And listening isn't just a passive thing. It means you're actively creating a safe space where people feel like they can speak up without being labeled as negative. You've got to use things like confidential workshops or anonymous surveys to get the real, honest truth. That's where you find the gold, the insights you need to actually fix the process.
So when you follow this path, when you truly start with listening and build from there, what you think of as success starts to look totally different. It's not just about a green number on a chart anymore. It's about building a system that actually works, with a team that's fired up to run it.
You know, a really good KPI has 4 qualities. It shows you trends. It's actionable. You can do something with it. It helps you make smart decisions. And this is the most important one. It's coachable. Can you sit down with someone, look at that number, and use it as a tool for growth, not for judgment? If not, it's not a good KPI.
So what's the potential here? The payoff?
This number is pretty mind-blowing. When you get this right, when you align a simple, clear process with a truly confident team, the impact isn't just a little bump, it's a multiplier. We're talking up to 25 times the impact. That is the incredible power of putting your people first.
And here's the key takeaway. This isn't just a strategy to hit this quarter's targets. It's about building a culture where people feel empowered and clear on what they need to do. The end result is a team that solves its own problems, people who actually want to stick around, and a transformation that actually lasts.
So that leaves us with one final thought. The next time you're about to make a new report or set a new target, just pause and ask yourself this one question. Are you trying to build better spreadsheets, or are you trying to build more confident people? Because at the end of the day, spreadsheets don't drive results. People do.